We are heading straight to Dar es Salaam to talk to Geoffrey Lea. He's a football journalist and a commentator for Supersport. He does commentary in Kiswahili. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, Sifiwe. How is it then?
Very good, very good. Thank you. It's been raining. Oh my God, I'm sure you've seen the floods that are taking place in KZN.
Yeah. Condolences to everybody that lost their loved ones in Durban and everybody that got property damage. Let's hope the government and everybody that can do something will do something to bring back the lives of the people in KZN back.
Thank you, Jeff. Now, the reason for my call is because we also Coach Mandla Ncikazi's post-match press conference yesterday after their loss to Simba. He complained a lot about the hospitality in Tanzania. From someone on the ground, what have you made of his post-match comments?
I heard the interview. I mean, I saw how passionate and how furious he was. Obviously, you'd expect that from someone who's just from witnessing his team lose in a game that maybe he thought they didn't exactly deserve to lose. And I totally sympathize with him because I agree with him on the particular incident that Orlando Pirates lost the game on, the penalty. In my opinion, that was not a penalty because I thought Happy Jelle played the ball before coming into contact with Bernard Morrison, but these things happen in football. We've seen similar penalties get given. We've seen similar penalties get missed by referees. So the most weird part is, though, why was the referee not allowed to consult the VAR? And I would totally sympathize with Mandla when he laments on that. The VAR was there for a reason. It should have been consulted. And as long as VAR is not being used properly, refereeing decisions will always continue being controversial. And so I agree with Amanda on that part. Talking about the reception from fans and Simba officials, to be quite honest, I can't testify on that because I'm not exactly privy to what happened and what exactly happened to them. But I'm not going to lie to you that this is the first time we're hearing this because a lot of people have been complaining about this. Literally almost every opponent that comes to play against Simba complains. There weren't much complaints when they played Kaizer Chiefs last season. Maybe the results in the first game put them off against doing anything. They thought it's such a high mountain to climb, but I'm not going to kid anyone that we've not had complaints about that. And it's a pity because really that's not the spirit of football. Football should be played on the ground. So, and I wouldn't think that for all the credibility and the representation that he does to a team that like Orlando Pirates and the relationship that our two countries, South Africa and Tanzania, have, I don't think Mandla Ncikazi would make up something like that, in a public platform. So there must have been something that really happened to them. And as the days go, we'll definitely get to know what happened. And I can only join everybody in Africa that, speaks against these things. It's not football. Every African country should practice the South African way, I would say, because I've never had anybody complain about anything that happens to them when they come to South Africa. So it's really a shame that people have to stoop to such dark arts just to win a football match.
Yeah, like there've been a lot of complaints with regards to Tanzania. I remember, I think it was Norman Mapeza who complained. I think it was during COVID, where I think fake COVID results were shown. Yeah.
There were a lot of cases. There was even a case that involved the South African referee, Victor Gomes. He was supposed to come and officiate the game between Simba and Almerek. There have been a lot of complaints, and I can only advise the Simba officials to stop doing anything if they're actually doing it, because you realize that there are countries out there that they are better than them when it comes to applying these dark tactics. So you're really setting up yourself up against it whenever you travel, because you forget that our teams are going to travel and play away. And if we build a reputation of being hostile hosts, we should not complain when these things are done to us when we are out on our travels.
As we all know, the Simba CEO, Barbara Gonzalez, she's very vocal about anything that has to do with Simba. From what I've seen, I haven't seen anything from her side or from Simba's side with regards to what Coach Mandla said. I find it a bit strange, but from your side, what do you make of that?
You shouldn't find it strange, because this is not the first time that's happening. I can assure you that during the last season, when Simba's run in the CAF Champions League was ended by Amakosi, each and every moment teams came to Dar es Salaam, there was a complaint over something, whether it was a fake COVID certificate, whether it was a referee who was maybe changed in the last minute of a match, whether it's people not being allocated the right facilities at the hotel. So there are these complaints, and not one Simba official really stood up and tried to cleanse the image of the club, other than just refuting these incidences in a way that you really would expect from someone who's being accused. So nothing surprising there, and especially since for someone who's been following the African football for a while, we've always had these complaints. People travel to North Africa, people travel to places like Lubumbashi to play TP Mazembe. All these complaints are had, but beyond the referee being suspended or being removed from a match, nothing really ever happens. So you would really put the biggest blame on CAF not really being serious on clamping down on these things.
So now I want to hear like this. Apparently, when Pirates arrived in Dar es Salaam, they, in a way, sort of refused hospitality, like the bus that they were allocated. Apparently, they also brought their own food to the trip. Do you have any information regarding that they refused certain hospitality?
Yeah, I think this is almost a norm. Most teams normally would turn down the hospitality afforded to them because they are afraid of the obvious, these dark tactics that are being applied. We've had cases of players having their food laced with stuff that would make their stomachs run. We've had cases of star players being arrested, or people turning up in a ground in the evening and there being no lights. You know what I'm saying? So really, at the end of the day, the biggest you would expect CAF to do something about this, but as long as nothing really ever happens, it's almost a norm. I would bet even Simba would do the same. When they come all the way to South Africa, they'll definitely make sure they eat their own food, stay in their own hotel, even though it's not in the spirit of South Africans to really revenge or do something similar. That is something I can almost testify on firsthand. So it is something that has unfortunately been normalized in African football, and that is really sad.
Yeah. So in your view, the Pirates coach is not being seen as a sore loser or a bad loser in Tanzania?
No. As a journalist who's on the ground, I'm willing to put my neck on the block. He's not a sore loser. He's got every right to lament on everything that happened, most especially the penalty that was the sole reason for his team losing. In my opinion, I thought Pirates they may not have done much to deserve to win, but they also didn't deserve to lose, especially in the way that they did. But it's football. I'm quite sure this won't break their spirit down, and they'll be definitely prepared for Simba in the return leg.